Today we're going to talk about Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Los Angeles Clippers. Clippers get the win in a close one, 90-88. This one was a defensive battle pretty much all the way. Not a whole lot of players hitting their shots, especially from three. The Thunder shot 25% from three, and the Clippers shot 27% from three. Obviously, the Clippers were a little bit better from the field, 40%. The Thunder, 37% from the field. Thunder got to the free throw line a lot, 25 for 28, and the Clippers only got there 14 times, 10 for 14 at the line. Chris Paul did a good job getting to the line, drawing a lot of those fouls, been doing what he's been doing all year, just those savvy veteran moves. Kind of looked like he was frustrating the Clippers because he was doing it all night, and that's kind of how he kept us in this one until the end. Chris Paul finished with 22 points, 4 steals, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds. Shea did not have a great night. 4 for 10, 1 for 4 from 3, 11 points. But Shea kind of had a lot of fouls the whole night. He ended up with 5, but he kind of had 4 pretty much the whole game. Steven Adams, 9 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals. Danilo Gallinari, 14 points, but he was 3 for 13 from the field, 2 for 8 from 3. And I gotta talk about, before I forget, the very last play that the Thunder had. They get the inbound to Danilo Gallinari, 7.3 seconds left. He's wide open, definitely has a good chance to take a 3 and make it, and the Thunder win. Obviously, the Thunder don't have to take a 3, only down by 1. But Gallinari was wide open, even though he hadn't been hitting his shots. He just hit his 3, the last 3 he had taken. And he didn't take the wide open 3. He just kind of backed up and then got a screen from Adams and then took a contested long 2 for whatever reason. I didn't really get that one. I really want him to just shoot that wide open 3. I know you want to have the last shot. You don't want to leave any time for the other team, because Paul George just hit a go-ahead bucket and put him up by 1, but you had the wide open shot, and you got to take it. Dennis Schroder, another not too great game for shooting, 6 for 17 from the field, 12 points, 2 assists, 4 rebounds, 4 turnovers. Shea had 5 turnovers. For the Clippers, what really killed the Thunder was letting Montrezl Harrell score. He had 28 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists, and he only had 1 foul. Lou Will didn't have too great of a night. Paul George only had 18 points, 7 for 14, 3 for 7 from 3. So the Thunder just kind of getting beat on the inside a lot this game, which is not how it's been majority of the other games. Again, like I said, it was a defensive battle. The refs really controlled this one. They called a lot of fouls. It felt like every 5 seconds, every single play, they were calling a foul. That game took forever because the refs just would not stop calling fouls for either team. Like, the refs were pretty harsh to both teams. Like, they didn't. Usually there's a side that gets a lot more calls than the others. Obviously, the Thunder went to the line way more than the Clippers, but it kind of felt like they called a lot of fouls both ways, and Chris Paul was just out there making his moves, how he gets to the free throw line majority of the time. Again, what killed the Thunder is the third quarter. The Clippers outscored the Thunder 24-17, and the Thunder had the lead at halftime. And also the Thunder didn't finish the first quarter too hot. The Clippers were up 23-17. Then the Thunder came out. They dominated in the second quarter, 30-19. In the fourth quarter, it was even. Both teams scored 24 points. Paul George hits a go-ahead bucket. Gallinari misses a contested 2. PG goes ahead and sinks one more free throw, and the game was over. So, this was just a really weird game, a defensive game. There's not a whole lot to talk about, just a lot of fouls, getting to the free throw line. Abdel Nader had a pretty good game for the Thunder. He had 8 points, 3 for 5 from the field. Got to the free throw line, got an and one. one of his better games. Nerlens Noel, 7 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 3 blocks. Pretty good game for Nerlens, but again, they just kept getting beat on the inside by Montrezl Harrell, and that's really what killed the Thunder this game. The pick and roll, Lou Will and Montrezl Harrell. Really, Paul George kind of got some quiet points. It didn't really feel like he was dominating the whole game. Obviously, he only had 18, but you felt Montrezl Harrell just getting easy dunks and layups and a lot of offensive rebounds. And you could really tell that Montrezl Harrell was the reason that the Thunder lost this game. The Thunder got a foul called back in the fourth quarter. They called a reach-in foul for Gallinari. He was driving. Somebody reached in. I think it might have been Rodney Magruder or Mo Harkless. But Doc Rivers challenged that call, and they got called back, and then inbounds, nothing going on that possession for the Thunder, and then Clippers come back. Paul George hits the go-ahead bucket, and Clippers get the win. So if you missed this game, more of a defensive game, didn't hit a whole lot of shots, just shot really bad, and that's going to come when you face a good defensive team like the Clippers. But the Thunder also held up their end and kind of didn't let the Clippers score a lot. They just got beat on the inside, and neither team shot very well. And this game was really controlled by the refs, and that's pretty much all I got to say. I said what I felt at the end of the game. Gallinari should have just taken that wide open three that he had, and he didn't. Obviously, you want to have the last shot, but if you have a good look like that, you got to take it. But he kind of pulled a Kobe and just went and took a really contested mid-range shot. It was kind of weird. But a really weird game, I felt like, from the Thunder. And that's pretty much all I got to say. So thank you guys for watching Between the Whistle. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you guys want to see down below. And we'll see you guys next time.